Hi everybody. Good to be back. I wanted to come up here and tell you my horrible nail story. Horrible nail story. So, sister and I went to go get our nails done. We're celebrating this weekend because it's her birthday. Um, so we're like, yeah, let's. This is our second time going to the same place. We should have learned the first time. At least her nails got done okay the first time, but mine's horribly done. Look, this is the worst job I've ever had on my nails. I mean, horrible. I hope, like, I don't know if you guys can see how bad the clear nail polish is just gunked on. Just gunked on. So we go. I asked the lady, okay, so do you know how to, I show her a picture and I will insert it. Do you know how to get these nails? And I said, can you do these nails? Because the first time I went to her, I specifically asked her, do you know how to do designs? I like fancy. She's like, oh, you like fancy? I know how to do fancy. Yeah, I know how to do fancy. Okay. So that time I only wanted to do, excuse me, it's crazy hot in here. That time I only, when I went to her the first time a couple weeks ago, I just wanted to have just plain, just plain nails. So I purposely, and that's Lexi and Panchito. They're fighting as usual, so don't mind them. So I purposely put some coins away because I thought, okay, so I know it's got to be expensive. I heard it was expensive. So I'm going to put some coins away. So it's probably going to be like, 60, 70 bucks. I want to go all out. Like I said, it's my sister's birthday this weekend. So I wanted to have fancy nails. So when I go there, I show her a picture. Do you know how to do this? Oh, no, we can't do that here. We don't do that here. Oh, okay. So I'm thinking, okay, so she doesn't do the full effect. So I said, oh, okay, so can you do just the top? Where the gold and just a few stones. And she like, no, we can't. No, we don't do that here. We don't do like that fancy. So I'm like, okay, so what can you do out of this picture? She tells me, oh, I could do the stones, on the top, just like this, and I'll show you a picture. On the top, I could do that, and then I can do one stone in the middle on the bottom, which, I was thinking, okay, maybe. Originally, I had took a color with me, and she said, no, it's just a regular Sally Hansen manicure complete, nail polish. And so she say, no, I have shellac, that's better, lasts longer. Okay, sure. I completely understand. Which at first I was like, don't they have a clear coat? A clear coat gel to just be able to like seal in the regular nail polish. Because that a really pretty color. So she says, no, here, just pick a color, I have a bunch of color like that. Da, da. So I'm like, okay, fine. So I was looking through the colors and I really wanted the ombre. I really wanted the ombre. So the picture that, as you guys see, it was the ombre. And so, I'm like, okay. So she doesn't do the gold strips, which I found kind of odd because it's in a really high-end, up-and-coming little downtown area in our city. And so I thought, okay, they're going to be fully equipped. I know there's some fancy people around there that get fancy things done. But no. So she starts doing my nails, and I start noticing on the ombre when she starts making it, because first of all, this pink was too dark. I didn't like the pink. So when she first did the first nail, I didn't like it, so she took it off. And then she did it with the tan. And then I didn't like the tan because it just kind of reminded me of like the press-on nail tans. And it was just too light for my color. So I thought, okay. So I asked her if she can combine them. She didn't want to mix them. So I was like, fine, just go with the pink. Meanwhile, I see, as she starts getting down to further and start filing, um, I'm like, isn't it supposed to blend better? It's supposed to blend better, like ombre, slowly changing colors. And she was like, yeah, yeah, at the end. So I'm like, okay, there must be something that she's doing that I don't know what she's gonna do. So we get to the end, and I tell her, this isn't ombre. She's like, yeah, yeah, that's ombre. No, it's not ombre. Her name is Mimi, and I said, Mimi, no, it's not ombre. You know? And I'm like, I can't believe that you telling me this is ombre. I know what ombre looks like, and I showed her the picture again. This is ombre. No, no, that's pink. That's why I tell you, you can't go with pink. And she just talked really low because she didn't want to, of course, get loud. So she's like, you go with lighter pink, and it look like that, And I'm like, no, this is this pink. So she, I said, okay, how much are you gonna charge me? She like $35. $35 for this, and I don't even like it. And she says, well, I'll put the stones for you, and then, that changed $10. I'm not gonna pay for this, Mimi. I don't want it. I don't even like it. And she says, okay, she's like, I'll charge you $5, just the tip, these ones. And then color, if you want color, I color, because I got to a point where I was like, here, I'll just have a color on top of it, and, and then have the stones on it, and call it a day. But, and then I saw that they weren't even like, she didn't even file them down good. Like, they're bumpy and shit, and like, I mean, this one is because I like curves, so I see that. But look at on the top right here. Like, this is where the cuticle is. It doesn't even seamlessly go up. There's like a big ass bump right there, like a speed bump. And like this one, I mean, look at how retarded this looks. Like, in comparison, to what they are. So, long story short, meanwhile, she's getting my nails done. When we went the first time, there was this gal that my sister got her nails done, and she did them amazing. Like, we were both like, holy shit. I was even jealous. I'm usually the one that gets my nails done really well. And so, fine. I was like, maybe, if this time this lady doesn't do it, if Mimi doesn't do it right, then I'm going to go to this other girl, Ivy. The problem was that when my sister called to make the appointment, she told my sister that Ivy didn't work there anymore. And originally, my sister, when it went to Ivy the first time, Ivy was telling her, yeah, nobody really likes her. She's really strict. She's always yelling at everybody and blah, blah, blah. They want me, other workers want me to go to the owner and, maybe have a meeting, so they can express to him how, she can just calm down, because I guess she has like some investments in the nail place. So nobody really wants to talk back to her or get in trouble, because they'll get fired. And of course, I get it. Like, people need their jobs. Like, we all need our jobs. And so, so she was like, so we don't really get along, blah, blah, blah. So when she told my sister she was fired, that was one of the conversation things, so I could take my mind off how bad she was doing my nails. I asked her, where is Ivy? And she was like, oh no, Ivy don't work here no more. Ivy don't work here no more. Ivy, we fired her. She was, she was acting crazy. And I said, oh really? And she's like, yeah. She showed me a picture, and it was this lady's toes. And it was like one coat, and it was just transparent. Like, as the more coats you put in, the more opaque it gets, right? And so these toes were like really light. Like, you could tell it was just one coat. And she goes, and the lady was not happy. So the lady had asked her, can you do another coat? And she said that Ivy was like, no, I can't do another coat. That's too much work, blah, 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 which didn't make sense, because when I met Ivy, she seemed cool as shit. You know, she seemed really cool. And you know, her skill and nails was impeccable. Like she knew how to do her shit. And so she shows me this video here. I'll show you this video. That's Ivy, blah blah. And she shows me this Vietnamese video, and it turns out to be a fucking porno. A porno with this girl. It starts off in the bed, and she's answers the phone, and there's this guy, and she's like, "I'm gonna suck my husband's dick," and you know, and it was supposed to be like her brother, and like talking all this stuff, and you know, I was like, "Oh my god!" Like we're in the nail place. And when I'm with my sister and my niece and my nephew, and my niece kept coming back and forth like, "Nene, look at this color. Nene," you know, so I didn't want to sit there and be watching this freaking porno. I just thought it was so unprofessional. Like, what is she doing? And so, you know, I was like, "Oh my God, here," you know, and I was like, "That doesn't even look like Ivy." She was like, "No, that's Ivy. That's Ivy. Really, that's Ivy." You know, and I was like, "That girl looks really young." And she was like, "No, that's Ivy. They tell me." And I was like, "How do you know?" And she was like, "They show me. They tell me, you know, this Ivy and, you know, blah, blah, blah. She got paid for this video and this and that." And I was just like, "Oh my goodness, shut the fuck up." So fast forward to the end. She was like, "Okay," you know, I tell her, "Let's go ahead and just put the glitter." You know, I was like, the glitter will fucking distract the fact that she didn't fucking, this is not ombre, you know, so it'll distract that part. And, you know, I can get over it. And then this, before she put these fucking big ass mountain diamonds, you know, or stones, I was like, you know, hey, like, look how big I mean, they just, it's horrible. So I say, "Okay, you know, can you put smaller stones?" And my sister was like, she didn't want to put smaller stones because it was going to take her longer. Well, fuck, if she doesn't want to work there, like, and take the time and get the nails done right, you know? And so I look at my nails and I'm like, "Ivy, I don't like them." I'm like, she's like, "I'm sorry," you know, and she's like, "Yeah, they're ugly." I don't like either. And I just didn't know what to say after that. Actually, like, "I just charged you $35. You know how to pay me for all the rest." And I'm like, "The rest?" So I was like, "Okay, I'm not gonna act up a fool up in here." She had already said she called the cops on Ivy and gave a report or whatnot, and she was saying that they call her every day to make sure that she's okay. Blah 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 blah. And I'm not getting arrested for some bitch or some fucking nails. Like, here, fucking take the money. You'll never fucking see me again. I could not believe it. So my sister and I, we want to go eat. So we're like, "Let's go eat some pho." There's a Vietnamese restaurant like on the next block. Because I tell you, this is like an up and coming little downtown area with a bunch of like stores, you know, Bath and Body Works, Victoria's Secret, Guess, brand new movie theater. We usually go ice skating in the ice skating rink, which in the summertime, like now, they have bands playing, so you can sit there and drink and, you know, watch and eat and like a little picnic and in the seats and whatever. And so we go and eat this Vietnamese, and my sister and I were talking about how horrible, you know, my nails look. I mean, just absolutely unhappy. And so she says, she was like, "Yeah, I can't believe it." She's like, "I wonder where Ivy is." And the guy goes, the guy that we had ordered our stuff through, he goes, "Let me see your nails." He was like, "You just got your nails done?" And we're like, "Yeah, right down the street over at, it's called Pink and White's." And he was like, "Oh, yeah, yeah." He was like, "I used to do nails, blah, blah, blah." And so we're like, and so we're just like, "Oh, okay, you know, that's cool." And so we tell him right there, he's like, "Oh, yeah, we know some people that work there." So he calls over another girl. She comes over. She's like, you know, oh, she's like, "What happened? You got your nails done?" And, you know, we're like, "Yeah, at this place." She was like, "And you like them?" I was like, "No, they're horrible." And she's like, "Yeah, they look bad, da da da." So we're telling her we wanted to go to this girl, the girl that did my sister's nails the first time. And, you know, her name was Ivy. And she was like, "Oh, I know Ivy." We're all, "What?" She's like, "Yeah, I know Ivy. We're friends, you know, and this and that." And she was like, "She still works there?" And we're like, "No." You know, I tell her the story. And she was like, "Oh, yeah." She was like, because I saw on Facebook one of our mutual friends said that she had a problem at the nail shop, and that she had, you know, with the lady, and that she had quit. And I was like, yeah, she quit. Mimi told me the story, so I tell her, and she was like, oh shit. She was like, it's true. 'Cause she was like, I don't know if it's true or not, blah blah. And I tell her, and I was like, yeah, it's true. She called the cops on her. She's like, oh shit. So she shows me her phone. Sure enough, it's the Facebook um snapshot of this girl Ivy's Facebook saying, you know, that she had a problem at the nail shop, and that Mimi had called the cops on her and filed a report saying that she had threatened her, and it wasn't true. She was like, fuck her. She was like, she's, you know, it's fucking just a bunch of drama, blah 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 blah. And I was like, oh my god. And the nail lady Mimi had told me that Ivy's husband had went in there and was threatening her, like, bitch, I'll fucking kill you. Do you know who I am? I'll fucking kill you. And this and that. And so she's like, I'm so scared. I'm so scared. I was like, bitch, you fucking should be scared, because I'm gonna fuck you up with the bullshit nails that you did. And so she was like, yeah, she was like, but don't worry. She was like, you know, I got Ivy's number, you know, if you guys want to get her nails done. I can't believe it. And then it turns out that she knows, also other ladies that we used to get our nails done like 10 years ago for the longest time. Like, we were in high school, we would, like, all of my girlfriends and I would go to this one lady. We went all through high school up to like my 20s, and then she shut her shop down for a little bit, and so I didn't know that she had opened it back up. But she was like, yeah, Jenny opened it back up, and you know, her son's wife now took over, and her daughter, and I totally remember them. So she was like, go there, girl, you know, get nails done. So that's where we're gonna go. And I mean, I'm gonna take this shit off right now. I just wanted to vent, show you guys this bullshit. Don't ever go to Pink and White Nail shop up in Lakewood, Colorado. Don't ever go there. Like, and especially not to Mimi, because she don't know her shit, and they don't do no fancy nails there. If you want fancy nails, like she said, go to Signature Nails. But a homegirl just hooked me up with another place, and she was like, here, girl, and she showed me some nails, so they look amazing. So we're probably gonna try that place out, if not with the original place that we used to go to. But yeah, a bitch was gonna act crazy, but I had to get my life together. You know, I'm too old for that shit. These fucked up nails, bye-bye. Taking them, like, I'm not gonna take the fucking nails off, but voy a sacar toda esta mierda and file them down and polish them. So yeah, so okay, fam bam, gracias. Sorry, short video, complaining, ranting. Thank you. See you soon. Ciao.